Hey, everybody. It is Mike here. Welcome to the Wander Crew. Welcome to everybody who's in the channel. This is the brand, the new, the revamped Globetrotters guide. Now, some of you may remember who have been here that we actually did a episode of the Globetrotters guide a while ago with my good friend Alicia. And life happened and we both had some stuff that went on and that kind of went by the wayside. But I decided this year ain't nothing going to stop me. We are getting back at it. And don't worry, Alicia's going to come back too. I've been talking with her. She's going to get back on this thing too. But today I have a new guest. We're getting in there with some more travel-based information for all of you guys out there. So today I am actually introducing to you guys a friend of mine, met around the same time as I met Alicia as well. But welcome everybody to Beach Phoenix.
Hello.
Hey Beach, how's it going?
Hey, good.
Good. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad that you could join us today.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just a bit distracted. I had to try to
That's all
share
right.
out that live, but thank you for having me, of course.
For sure. Well, let's step right into it. And for those who saw our first one, we're going with a bit of a different format. So just bear with me, especially because this is our first time in a long time that we're doing this. I haven't been live in forever. Forever. It's been since I've been live. So bear with us. First of all, for those who are in there, please definitely like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Also, check out Beach Phoenix as well, and like and subscribe to her.
Thank you.
Let me put those up there right now so that anybody who's news coming in knows where to find her. On YouTube, it's Beach Phoenix. On Instagram, beach.phoenix.
Yeah.
So don't make like that mistake like I did because you'll go to somebody else. Give her some
Yeah.
support. And
Well, I wanted Beach Phoenix, but it was
mhm,
taken. So I had to put the dot and yeah. So
yeah,
thank you for that.
absolutely, and I know it too. So let's start with the part of the show that I like to call the check-in. The check-in is where we just learn a little bit about you. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the questions.
All right. So I am Beach Phoenix. I am here in the DMV area, specifically Southern Maryland, and I'm a mom. You dropped me. Oh,
Oops, you
okay.
back there? Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I'm back. Okay. So yes, I am a mother, and we got a chit chat going here with the live discussion. I think if you're still here, I don't know. It made me full screen now. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. All right, you're still here. But and yeah, and I do like to travel. So now on my channel, it's gonna be a lifestyle, a bunch of just different things, but I do focus on movie reviews and product reviews, but I do put a lot of travel stuff. I'm always traveling on the go, either solo, but you'll find out more as we go in more with the chit chat and discussion on budget traveling.
Awesome. And I think I did say this, but welcome to everybody. In the chat, tell us where you're from, where you're watching from. I love to hear where everybody's from around the world. So definitely pop into the chat, say hi, say where you're from. But let's start with the questions that I have in the check-in. And start by maybe telling us, like you say you travel a fair bit. So what's the last trip you took that wasn't for
Yeah.
content?
So the last trip that that I've taken that was not for content. Now, first of all, everything is content. Let's just put that out there. But the trip that I took that was not specifically for content, I'm from South Carolina. So I go back and forth to South Carolina very frequently for family and business and stuff like that. So I will get content out of my frequent trips back from Maryland to South Carolina. I'll get content out of it, but it's not really for content. It's just, again, for business, for family. It's just going back to South Carolina. So that's the last trip that I've taken, and I still take that. Again, everything is content, but I don't really
Mhm.
go specifically to South Carolina for content, but I get content out of it when I go. So.
I hear you. And I mean, when I travel with my kids now, we've gone like our first ever trip as a family was to Ghana, Africa, and we kind of thought we were going to film that, and we kind of did, but literally ever since then, everywhere we go, we're like, oh, we got cameras, so might as well film it. Go to the theme park,
Exactly.
go wherever, like literally wherever we go, we're like, cameras out, people.
Exactly.
So I totally get that one for sure. Quick fire question. Are you a red eye warrior or are you an early bird flyer?
I'm going to say both. And the reason is because whichever is cheaper. I feel like when it comes to the travel, it's not traveling isn't the day of the travel. I feel like it starts a couple days before the actual travel date. So if I have to take a red eye flight or an early bird flight, I'm going to do so for whichever is cheaper. And according to my party, who's all going with me, if everybody's agreeing with it. So I'm whichever, because sometimes you can see a difference of $50 to a couple $100 on those flights. So I'm going to say both.
For sure. You're whichever cheaper flyer. That's
Yeah,
the guy. No, I hear
for
you.
sure.
As we're planning our Jamaica trip, and I'm looking like the price difference between going on the red eye versus going in the middle of the day or the evening or whatever is
Yeah.
massive.
Well, and then again, the travel, the trip and the travel and the fun and all that, it doesn't necessarily have to be when you get to the airport. And some people don't even consider that part. They consider when they get to destination. You've missed all this time. That's part of the travel. That's part of the fun, the packing, the finding the destinations. The again, even when you're choosing which flight to take, that's all a part of it. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take whichever is gonna be cheaper. Again, as far as if everybody in my party is okay with it, for the most part, I'm not trying to sound bossy, but I'm the one that's always making the arrangements. I'm the one
Mhm.
that's always in charge. So if I say this what time the flight is, then this what time the flight is. Um,
I hear ya.
so
100%. Very, very cool. So, and you'll notice that all my sections are kind of themed towards the airport. So that's my wink and my nod to the travel theme as we do this. But we're gonna move
okay.
all into the departure lounge. And I don't know
And
about you. Have
a
you
little bit later, side note, a little bit later, I want you to tell me before, at the end, why is the focus more with the airport part? So save that part, but at the end, I that has me thinking. But go ahead.
Sure. There's a whole bunch of psychology and planning and like hardcore into it. Man, let me tell you, I have been planning like this whole 117 thing, 1177 thing that we came up with. And I was telling you
One one
in the
seven
pre-room
seven.
before
Yeah.
we start, like this is something I came up with like maybe a month to 2 months ago, like literally in bed. I was just like, huh, what if I take my family all over the world? Right? And since then, I have
Why
been
not
like
though?
a mad researcher, like researching everything, not only just like how does a person go from no savings, no extra, I haven't saved for this and anything, to hey, me and my kids have gone to all seven continents and seen all seven wonders of the world. But also, how do you do this YouTube thing in such a way
I don't
that
think we'll ever
people
get the answer to
resonate?
that question.
Right?
I don't think we'll ever get the answer to that question on how to do this YouTube. We just do it.
We just do it, but I've been
Yeah.
trying to be a little bit more intentional than I have in the past for sure.
Hmm.
And one of those things is just having a structure because people like structure, right? It gives people comfort when they know what they're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons. But yeah, we can go into that later. But into the departure
Okay.
lounge, and this is the place where we kind of sit back, we relax a little bit before the main deep conversation. So let's find out a little bit more about you. And let me ask this question: what first sparked your love of exploring and your love of travel?
I guess I'm gonna say my childhood. I was a military brat, is what they would call it. Parents being in the military and traveling and living in different places. So as we moved for residential, for just moving, we would travel. We meet different people. We visit different places. So again, I've always had to travel just because, again, being a military brat, you don't really stay in one place, but for so long. Um, so then as you get older, it's not, I'm not gonna say it like this, but it's not nothing such a big deal to either move or go visit another place for a couple days, couple weeks. So yeah, I guess my love just started because I've always been going somewhere. I've always been. Hey, yeah, y'all let us know where y'all watching from. Welcome to everybody coming on in. I see we got a few people in here.
Hmm. For sure. So, was there a wow, I can't even do words today. This see, I shouldn't have done this on a Friday. I should have done this like on a Monday or Tuesday where you got all the energy or something like that. I feel like Friday,
Hey,
it's like after
Shanna.
work, after all that, and I'm like pooped.
We have people from all over. We have Shanna here. She is in, yes, from Belgium. So I was just gonna say that, and then she posted it. So thank you for coming, girl. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome. So anyway, as I was saying, was there a trip or a moment that really made you say, like, this travel thing, this is I want more of this? Because I mean, some people they travel and they're like, ugh, I hate airplanes, I hate being away from home, I hate everything that has to do with travel.
Yeah.
But so
Um,
what would you switch you from travel to yeah, travel?
I'm gonna say it, and I know it's probably a little cliche for people who have visited this destination or plan to visit this destination, but what it took for me was Las Vegas. I've been to Las Vegas quite a few times, and I experience something different every single time I go. Uh, I feel like you can go with $5 and have a good time. You can go with 1,000, $10,000 and have a good time. Every time I go to Las Vegas, it's always because there's just different to do there. There's like budget type of stuff, there's expensive type of stuff. So when I go to a place like that where this is like a number one destination for a lot of people, it made me excited because it's like, again, if I can come to this place where I know a lot of people always say they want to go and they haven't gone, and I can go and only spend this little a bit of money, where else can I use this same logic at another like hotspot?
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I see Sue here. Sue Shanna?
Mhm.
There you go. She's saying I have anxiety, flight anxiety that she tries to overcome and deal with. And I hear you, especially nowadays, like with all the accidents and such like that happen. But the weird thing is, like all the stuff that happens where that you hear with the airplanes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's only
It's
because it's such a rare thing. Like, I mean, car
Yeah,
accidents
it's a little
happen like a
depressing to
thousand a day.
hear.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
So
about it, and she's saying she has anxiety to fly, and I'm not gonna say I have anxiety to fly, but one thing I do, I don't know if you're really supposed to do this, but I tell people like I always take a Benadryl. I sleep on the flight. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I literally will take a Benadryl before I get on the flight just so that I can sleep because I don't want to be up for hours, and that part kind of gets to me. I'm not gonna lie. When I know I'm on a flight for 6 hours, and I have to think about, I'm like, I'm really up here in the sky. Let me go to sleep. Let me just go to sleep and rest my mind. So,
yeah, I hear you. What's the longest flight you've ever been on?
well, again, I traveled when I was a child too. So, from what I can remember, I'm gonna say the longest flight I may have been on was probably about 6 or 7 hours.
6 or 7.
But I know I've traveled internationally as a child, which would have been a little longer.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Cool, cool, cool. So when you're planning your trip, what's your approach to planning a trip? Do you start with like the vibe that you want to get when you go on the trip? Like, oh, I want this type of hotel or whatever not. Do you start with the budget? Like I'm gonna travel, but I'm only gonna spend this much. Do you start with the destination? Is it something else entirely? Like how do you plan a
Um,
trip?
so yeah, because again, I'm always the trip planner in my family, but I'm gonna say the first thing I start with is the destination. So first, I need to know where everybody's trying to go. So it's like if we're planning a trip, excuse me, for example, to Orlando, Florida. if we all know like that's where we're trying to go is Orlando, Florida, okay, boom. I'm going to start there. The destination is Orlando, Florida. Okay. But then from there, when it comes to the next step, I'm going to have to say would be the budgeting, and that goes to like the reservations as far as the lodging and how we're getting there. And then the last thing is going to be the excursions, like all the fun stuff that we're going to do when we're there. So again, the order I'm going to say is destination,
Mhm.
and then the budgeting and the timeline and reservations start from there, and
Yeah,
then excursions. And I say that because again, on the thrifty side of it, and again, I'm always using y'all hashtag thrifty mamas. I'm always using the hashtag
getting
thrifty
there. Yeah.
mamas. Yeah, because you can literally do anything on a budget. You just have to take the time. It takes more effort. It's easy to just pull your money out and spend it without thinking. That is so easy. If you got it, if you got it, anybody can literally pull their money out and spend it. But if you can take the time to do the research and educate yourself, to you'll be able to get what you want on a budget. So that's what I do first. Again, the destination, and then where we're going to go as far as like if we're going to be in a hotel or Airbnb, and then the next step will be the flight and stuff like that.
Cool, cool, cool. I love it. And I put that hashtag up there for anybody who.
Okay, so hold on. Let me tell you. Let me just tell you. So
Oh,
it's hashtag thrifty mamas, but it's thrifty like you got. Okay, and the mama is MOMMAS. Mamas.
MOMMA. Let me correct that so I can put it up now, and I'll put it up later
Yes,
too.
hashtag thrifty mamas.
And
Because side note, y'all, like years ago, I used to be a big couponer. I had this big couponing group. It was crazy. When I was in South Carolina, I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we used to go crazy with the couponing. And Thrifty Mamas was one thing that we did, and I had a whole blog on that a while back. But okay, you look. I ain't gonna get on you, but you still kind of messed it up a little bit.
oh, MO. Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't spell.
Hashtag thrifty mamas, y'all. Hashtag thrifty mamas. Um,
I'm not good at this. You gotta redo it. You gotta do like thrifty parents or something like that. 'Cause it's 2025, man. I want to be
yeah.
thrifty too.
Yeah, I know you want to be thrifty as a dad, but you know, at the time I had to represent for the ladies. Okay. So I had to represent for the mamas. And again, like I said, it was we had like, man, we had a big like couponing thing. When I'm telling you, we used to be doing like, I had a whole back stock. It was crazy. I had a lot. But thank you.
Very,
I
very.
see it. Hashtag
I
thrifty
got it.
mamas.
I got it. I get it right eventually. And if I didn't, I would have corrected it after.
Thank
So
you. It's all
we're all
good.
good. But let's come out of the departure lounge, and let's get on our airplane and let's get into the deep stuff. We're gonna have our in-flight conversation.
Okay.
So that's where we're at in the flow of things now. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. I'm just having fun with it, right? With all these
Hmm.
departures and all that kind of stuff. By
It's
next
fun.
week,
It's fun. It's cool.
by next month, it might be something completely different. Maybe we'll do different locations. We'll be leaving
Yeah.
home, the city, the state, the country, the continent. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
could do something where it's like your passport, like you go different place, like stamp your passport or something. You collect your stamps.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, what's your favorite like in the states? And I know most of your travel right now is the states, but when it comes to destinations in the states, and I mean, I'm up here in Canada, and we've got like 5 places we go. Right? People will go to Vancouver. They'll come to Calgary so they can go to Banff and see the mountains, or they'll go to Toronto, or they'll go to like Halifax. Right? That's
Hmm.
basically it that people go to in Canada. But when it comes to the states, what's your favorite destination? I know you mentioned Las Vegas as one of those, but as a thrifty traveler, what's the
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a low cost, thrifty destination. I may be a little biased, but as a low cost, thrifty destination, I'm gonna have to say Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
South Carolina?
I say
Tell me about it.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I say Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because again, I'm probably a little biased because I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, hence the beach, Phoenix. But I wanted to say, in Myrtle Beach, it's again, it's what you make of it, kind of like Las Vegas. I felt like it is like Las Vegas. Again, if you know like the landscape of Las Vegas, everybody knows Las Vegas has the strip. You want to kind of be around the strip. That's where all the excitement is. And that's kind of how Myrtle Beach is. We have the Myrtle Beach strip. Everybody wants to be near the strip. And I feel like Myrtle Beach is kind of set up that way. If you as close as more that you get to the strip and all these top destinations, the money is going to be a little bit more. But if you spread out a little bit further, you go more to Surfside Beach, Murrells Inlet. They got some nice little, bars and little nooks out there. It still can be a nice vibe. You still can experience it. You really only 20-25 minutes from the beach. I say a low-cost destination to still have fun is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But you got to go when it's in the season. If you go in the wintertime, you got to go in the spring, summer.
Spring,
That's it. And
summer.
fall a little bit. Spring, summer, a little bit of fall. But if you go in the dead winter in Myrtle Beach, there's like
But you'll
nothing
save
to
money.
do. Yeah, you'll save money, but it's just it's nothing to do. It's really not.
For sure, and that's a great segue actually to another question. Is just how do you decide when you're going to splurge and when you're going to save?
Oh, yeah. So that actually starts in the beginning. And I say that because if you plan your trip accordingly, as far as, again, getting those early bird flights or red eye flights, you can save in the beginning already. If you just start your trip and you write it down and see, you'll be able to save anywhere from 50 to 100, couple $100, depending on how many people are in your party. So in the very beginning, you've already saved some of that money. And then once you're looking into the excursions on the stuff that you want to do, that's where the research comes in. You have to research. If you're looking at Las Vegas or Myrtle Beach, again, Las Vegas, I'm going to say, if you know that you guys plan on going to the Grand Canyon to do a tour, and then you guys plan on going to do a bar crawl, and then you guys also plan to do a helicopter ride. If you already know that you plan on doing that stuff, why wait till you get in town to book it and you're going to get it last minute or this, that, when you could have gotten it on Groupon? And I've tested this myself, y'all. I've done a Groupon way over here and it was cheaper than when I've done the same Groupon in that same area. I don't know if it's a location thing. You might have to turn your location off before you go on Groupon because they know that you're near the place and they're going to raise the price. I don't know. But that's where it helps me to splurge because it starts in the beginning. So I already know I saved a couple $100, whatever. So then when you go and then there's something in front of you that you see other people doing that you didn't know existed, y'all already have the money enough to go ahead and do this right now. We want to do, because nobody wants to go on a trip and it's like, I want to do this right now. I want to do this right now. If you do that, you're going to spend way more than what you thought. Right. But if you plan it in advance, and we already got our tickets for the helicopter and for the bar crawl and for the Grand Canyon tour. Okay. We've already booked all of that in the beginning. That money's already gone. So now we've saved a little bit of money. So while we're there and we're seeing people walking around and they're like, oh yeah, we just had so much fun at this, I don't know, ghost tour. We might have not known about that ghost tour, but now we want to go. And they're telling us like, oh, that ghost tour is $25, $30 a person. We're just going to go ahead and buy it because we've already saved that money on the beginning. So that's how I know I'm going to splurge, because in the very beginning, I've saved so much getting excursions out the way that I can splurge right then and there.
Sure. So do you make a budget and then say, okay, here's my budget. I'm gonna put this in this. So here's my budget, and then I've saved this much. So this is the extra that I can spend on the trip. Or do you take that extra and just put it towards your next trip? Or how do you do that so that when you get to wherever you're going, so okay, they've got, I'm walking down the street and some guy handed me out something for a party that's going on. I'm just like, oh, I've got to go to that party. Oh, it's this covers this much, yes or no, right? Like how do you balance that?
So I'm going to say this, and I know this is probably not the best. This is probably not the best look on being a budget traveler, but I don't start off with, for example, like a basket, your budget. I start off with a basket and a budget of what I want my travel to be, and then I pull from that basket. No, I don't start like that. I just start again with the destination and where we want to go. And from every step of the way, I am going to save as much money as I can. I'm going to tell you the truth. There was a time where I got a trip. I got a round trip ticket for, I think it was like 7 cents. Okay. Because, side note, y'all, everybody who's listening now or anybody who's catching the replay, if you do not know this already, you have to be close enough to an airport to do this, because if you're not close enough, it's not going to be worth your time. But I lived literally maybe about 15, 20 minutes from the airport when I was in Myrtle Beach. And I would go to, and then the parking was free for the first 30 minutes. Okay. I would literally go drive at the airport, park for free for 30 minutes, walk inside, go to the gate with my notebook and say, hey, how much is the flight from Myrtle Beach to Las Vegas on this and that? And the lady at the counter should type it in. And she's like, is this amount? And then I'm like, well, what's the cheapest one? And I'll ask her. And she'll say, well, if you leave on Thursday, we can get it for 7 cents. If you buy your flight at the counter, it is cheaper. It is cheaper. It is so much expensive online. I don't care if you use Booking. I don't care if you use Delta.com. Any of them, they will tell you if you go actually to the gate, it's cheap. Well, not the gate, but the counter. If you go to the counter, it's cheaper. I've tried it. So to answer your question, I'm going to save on, I don't start off with a basket like, okay, my budget is $100. My budget is $500 and I'm going to pull from this. I start off with, I don't plan on spending nothing. But if I have to spend it, no, seriously, that's how I start off. I don't plan on spending nothing. But if I have to spend it, I'm going to spend as much as the less I can. So in the very beginning, it's like, okay, I just got my flight round trip for 7 cents. Mind you, it had the gas. Yeah, so you can see the breakdown on the flight. So it said the fuel and all of this. So I did with the tax. The tax still came to like $20. So my flight was still about $20 still. But my flight was about $20, but the actual flight fare was 7 cents. And then it had all the like tax and all this other kind of stuff that they had on there. But so from the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm $20 in the hole. Because I want to travel for free. If I can travel for free anywhere, then I'm going to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm $20 in the hole. But then again, you have to use, I don't know how many people take advantage of their credit card rewards and points and stuff like that. So then you want to take advantage of your credit card points and rewards. So then you go to your credit card points and rewards and you're like, let's see what I have here. Maybe I can use this for the rental. I can use this for that. So for example, you $20 for your flight, you use your reward points for your rental car. Now you have to figure out where you're going to stay. And I don't know if I'm leading into another question, but these are some of the ones that I use. So if anybody is hearing this again on the replay, or if you're here live, a few things that I like to use to be budget. Again, number one, go to the counter to buy your ticket if you can do it. I know a lot of these airports, like I am now, BWI, DCA, Dallas, and Washington, it's not feasible to go and park and go to the counter unless somebody's going to drop me off. But if you're at a smaller airport, you can do this. Okay. But yeah. But then also Skyscanner. I don't know if anybody's familiar with skyscanner.com. That is good when you don't know when you want to go. I know where I want to go, but I don't know. So right now we're in April. If I know I want to go to Europe sometime in June, July, August, you can just go to Skyscanner and just select that whole month and the destination, and they're going to help you tell you when you're going to go. So Skyscanner is a good one. Okay. Hotel Tonight. Hotel Tonight is a one. I found out about Hotel Tonight back in undergrad. I had a friend who used to work for Hotel Tonight, and she told me all the ins and outs. Hotel Tonight is awesome because it's literally for a hotel for tonight, for tomorrow. So now I've been on Hotel Tonight for a while, but before you were only able to book out a week or two from now. So if I was on the website now, it would only show you like a week or two out, because it's specifically to show you last minute rooms, because these hotels are trying to fill their rooms. Now they have it where you can book like a month out and you'll still find really good deals. But Hotel Tonight is really good because if you need a hotel tonight, tomorrow, you're going to go to Hotel Tonight. Again, like I said, please use your credit card rewards points, however they have it. And then also, if you have any kind of memberships like credit unions and AAA, they always have like a website where you can enter their code and see how you can save a little bit more. And Rakuten, if anybody's familiar with Rakuten, or they used to be Ebates, I always use Rakuten. I have the browser on my, I have the extension on my browser. So Rakuten works with Hotel Tonight, it works with Booking.com, and works with Hotels.com. So you're going to get points on Booking.com, and you're going to get cash back from Rakuten. So yeah, I've actually got the last trip, well, it's not the last trip, but the furthest I just did when I went to Anaheim, and I was in Orlando at that time, and I went to Anaheim, and then I came back to Maryland about a month later when my Rakuten came back, and that was just from the flight. I think I wound up getting about $60 back. It's crazy.
Nice.
So
Nice.
those are
And I do want to,
some things that I use.
for sure. And I do want to touch like the whole last minute deals thing, I think is real important to think about when you're trying to save a deal. I remember last summer I took my kids on a road trip, and I ended up having some car troubles. So the hotel I was at, I was looking on the last minute deals, literally a hotel down the street for better, because I did it on a last minute deal. I was able to move us over down the street, better hotel, swimming pool, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And it was like half the price of the already cheap hotel I was in, just because
Yeah.
I did a last minute deal. So, you know, if you have the freedom to do that and to travel,
It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of knowledge to know that these websites and apps are out there. But you got to think about these hotels. I'm sorry, I keep adjusting my headphones. But these hotels, they work like a business. So
yep,
they want to, just like if you're a business, you want to sell all your stock. You want
yep,
to sell out all these rooms. Now, technically, they have to have a few rooms that they cannot sell. They just supposed to have, because I used to work in hospitality too. So there was always like rooms where they tell you they're booked out. They're really not. There's always still
a
some
couple,
available.
yeah,
Yeah, they are. But in general, they have to try to book them up as much as they can. And then just think about, again, as a business, they're going to look at their numbers at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter. So if you're traveling around the end of the month, and these hotels want to book these rooms out, they're going to drop the rate, because they want to get those sales before they got to enter their reports to send it on up to saying, hey, this is how many rooms we booked out. So definitely those last minute rooms will be really cheap, because some of these hotels, again, they're going to work like a business. They want to sell out.
yeah, absolutely. And then again, using your points and all that kind of stuff, like whatever, almost every type of card gives you some sort of benefit. Even if they're
Yeah.
just giving you a bit of cash back or something like that, bank that cash back and use it
Well,
towards something
see, the
like
thing is,
anything.
when you travel and you see a family, you can, like, okay, if you just travel and you watch some family and they have maybe 3, 4 kids, in your mind, you're like, man, I know they probably spent a lot of money traveling with their kids, doing this, doing that. But if you ask them everything that they did with their kids, if you ask them everything that they did, you can literally do everything they did, and you can still find a discount on everything. You'd be surprised on how much, like, people don't know. Like, there's literally, as I always tell people all the time, like, I don't pay full price for anything. Like, it's
Mhm.
really hard for me to pay. I don't care if it's just a bottle of water. Like, I'm not gonna pay full price for it, because you don't have to. Like, there's so many other ways to save money on every single thing. You do not have to pay full price for anything. Hey, Yorktown, what's going on?
Yeah, I was just gonna say hi to Curtis as well, and I was just gonna echo your point, especially with kids. Like I've got 3 kids, and I'm doing the single dad thing, so I do not have spare money. So I
There's
rather
no
do.
such thing. Listen, I tell people all the time. People laugh at me when I say this. Please tell me if you can find it, if you know how to get it. But I do not believe there's a such thing as extra money. When people say, "Do you have any extra money?" There's no such. What is?
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing. I cannot comprehend what is extra money. It doesn't exist. It does not
I
exist.
agree. I agree. So I mean, I rather do like kids gone to bed. I will, if I know I'm going to take them somewhere, I will do my research. Can I get a coupon? Can I get a discount? Is it like, even if I'm going to take them to a play place, right? Usually the last 2 hours of any sort of fun place, they give you a discount.
That's
right?
right.
And I
They
know,
give you a
like, I have a
discount. Look at your hotel. Your hotel is gonna
yes,
have just like a 10% off or something like that. Like seriously, y'all utilize everything. Their
yep,
Facebook. You might be
mid
out of
places.
town. For example, Yorktown. I'm just using that as example. You could be
Mhm.
somewhere in like a York. It might be called Yorktown, right? And it's just a random Yorktown, like you said, play place. But if you were to go to that play place's Facebook, like that local Facebook, what do you know? That Wednesday, they're saying it's students' night. Your child doesn't go to that school in that county, but guess what?
They
They're
don't
still
know.
a student.
Mhm.
They're still a student, and they're gonna get. So you have to also look at local Facebook pages, like your local Chick-fil-A, your local McDonald's. They'll have random days where they'll have like a spirit night or a students' night or senior night. You never know. So yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
Absolutely, absolutely any way to save a buck, especially nowadays with prices going up. It is you
I'm gonna
definitely
say I
gotta
have a wife and I probably
your
have less
save your
money
money how
because
you
of
can.
it. Yorktown, Virginia. Right.
I'll have a wife and probably less money.
I know that's right.
For those who are watching, Yorktown is in the house. He's taken a bit of a break from YouTube, but he is back with a vengeance, and I'm so happy to see it. I am so happy to see you back, Curtis. So happy. So
Don't
happy.
sleep on the apps and memberships too. Of course. Yeah, I don't know
Yes,
if
that's
if he
right.
heard that part, but I've already said I'm serious. Like you don't have to pay full price for anything. If you have your credit cards, AAA, credit unions, whichever credit union you might be with, there's all kinds of memberships, points, and everything that you can use. You really don't have to pay full price for anything. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like my family knows it. Like everybody in my family knows it. They come to me for the deals, for the discounts,
Mhm.
because my motto is I'm not going to pay full price for anything. So I don't even think, as a side note, I can even go on one of those like prices right type of channels because I'm going to get everything wrong. Because you're not going to tell me that that costs whatever you're trying to tell me that it costs because I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, and I mean, that does lead into one of the things. What are some of your favorite like apps, cards? Like, what are your go-tos for the best kind of deals or kickbacks or points?
Yeah.
Like,
So
what are your
again, I'm gonna
faves?
say it again. Rakuten, use Rakuten on everything. Use Rakuten on everything. Y'all, Rakuten gives you money back at Food Lion. It gives you money, like I said, double dip. I like to double dip. These are terms that we use in the couponing community too. When you do a double dipping, where you're able to get reward points from this and this. So if you're using booking.com and you already have an account, which is free, you just have an account with booking.com, you're gonna get a certain amount of I think booking chart gives you like different points or something like that. But then if you also check out through Rakuten, you're going to get cash back. So you can double dip on stuff like that. Like I said, take advantage if you have AAA, if you have a credit union. Usually their websites, if you check at the bottom or on the side somewhere, they'll have where they have just like exclusive codes and travel things. So again, I like to use Hotel Tonight. That's for last minute deals. And then also, if you can and it's feasible for you, go to the counter and buy your ticket for your flight. Or at least go up there with your notebook like I used to do and ask them. And they don't have anything else to do. Not trying to be funny, but sometimes when the line's not long, and I used to go when the line was really short, I would go, nobody's there. And I would just literally go with my notebook. And they knew who I was because I did it all the time. And I would go with my notebook and they would tell me, and they would literally tell me when the cheap flights were, which day, and I would just write it down, write it all down, and just take it home. And then I would travel and work around that.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And I mean, I literally live like 20 minutes from my airport, so I'm
So
100%
how's
gonna
the
go.
parking at the airport?
We've got 20. So yeah, we've got 20 minutes free parking right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So that's long enough, and the parking's pretty cheap actually. I think it's like $5.25 per half hour.
Hmm.
So it's
Just
not.
try it one day. Go there. Make sure you bring a notebook or a piece of paper or a pen or something because if you're not planning on buying it right then and there, write it down so that you can go back. So you're not gonna remember it. Write it down. Go
Mm,
back. Literally go online and tell me if I'm lying. Come back and let me know. It's gonna be higher when you go online. It's gonna be
absolutely.
higher.
Absolutely. And another thing that I wanna get out to is for as a tip for people as well is if you don't live 10 minutes from your local airport with half an hour free parking, that's fine. But something you can do when you are looking up is use a VPN. get onto Surfshark, get onto NordVPN. I'm not sponsored by them yet, but
Right.
but get onto them, because the airlines especially, the airlines and the hotels especially, their pricing is what they call dynamic pricing, which means that not only do they price on the time of day that
Yeah,
you're planning to fly, the date that you're planning to fly, but
exactly.
where you are, where you're booking,
I said
and
that.
how often
Exactly.
you looked at it. So on your computer, you go to their site and they pop up that thing that says we use cookies, and you don't have a choice but to say yes, so you just say accept all. Those cookies are tracking you,
They're
and they're
tracking you. Yeah.
sending information back that says, oh, this person has looked up um, Phoenix, Arizona to Orlando, 20 times in the last couple of weeks. So we don't have to give them the best deal because they clearly really want to go.
Exactly. Exactly. That you're really onto something, like I said, because I never used that. But remember, I just said that I clearly seen it on my phone. I was on Groupon. Guys, use Groupon too. I was on Groupon over here on the East Coast, and I looked at some excursion things that we wanted to do. We wanted to do the dolphin sighting and all of this when we went to San Diego. Okay. Then once we got to the West Coast and we went to San Diego, I opened my Groupon and now I'm in San Diego. My phone location can see that I'm in San Diego looking at dolphin tours in San Diego, and the price was higher. When I was
Yep.
looking at dolphin tours on the East Coast in South Carolina, just chilling, looking for a dolphin tour in San Diego on the whole other side, the price was cheap. So you're onto something. I should have looked at that and then did like you said, like a VPN, something on my phone, because the location means something too. Like if
It
they can
does.
see that you're looking for it where you are, they're gonna raise the price because they know that you're already here. Yeah. So, and then like you
Yep.
also said, it depends on when you're leaving. Everybody wants to travel on the weekend. Everybody
Yep.
wants to have fun on the weekend. But why you
Mhm.
can't start your trip on a Tuesday?
Yep. Absolutely. So, I mean, and a lot of people do it because when they have work, they think, oh, what I'll do is I'll work my Monday to Friday, and then I have to work or take off from my Friday to my Saturday. But if your work has flexibility with your schedule, take it.
On a
Take a couple of holiday
Tuesday?
days and extend your
Exactly.
weekend on the other end, right? So if you extend it, Saturday, Sunday, and then take off Monday, Tuesday, you're going to get a better deal than if you go Thursday, Friday, because those are the high days, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Let me
right?
see. I just want to address Curtis. Upside is good. Yes. Let me see. They usually give you a minute discount for signing up. Oh wait, I missed all of this. I'm sorry. Let me scroll up. I don't want to miss this. I heard that part. The McDonald's app has reward. Oh yeah, for sure. I always use McDonald's. Chick-fil-A. Yes, I use my points at Chick-fil-A. And Upside is good. It is good. I use Upside as well. Referral code. I do not have time right now because we're on live, but I will later in the comments for anybody who comes to catch the replay. I will drop my referral links for all of this stuff that we're talking
Please do.
about. And Mike, you know about using your brand as leverage. So I guess you're going to tell us a little bit about that. Curtis, you live 10 minutes away from the airport. So if the parking is not too bad, test out my theory and come back to tell me if I'm wrong, because I did it myself. I don't know if you caught it, but earlier, like I told everybody, I had caught a flight for 7 cents. Now I did have to pay the taxes and the fuel. It still wound up costing about $20, but my flight to Las Vegas, mind you, it was on Spirit, but it was still $20. It's cheaper when you buy your ticket at the counter. And Curtis says, I'm in South Carolina right now. That's what's up. South Carolina in the building. Well, I know he's in North Carolina, but he's in South Carolina right now.
So I want to come back actually to what Curtis said about using your leveraging
Yeah,
your
tell us
brand,
about that.
because let me tell you the amount of free stuff I have gotten by saying I run a YouTube channel. So if you're here and you're a creator, like
I know
seriously,
it. I know it.
you have your camera
I
out
love the
and you
free
tell
stuff, y'all. I
people
love
you are
freebies.
here, you can get
Hashtag freebies. Hashtag
yeah,
freebies. I love it.
yeah, you
Tell
can
us
get
about it.
stuff. And I mean, I like even coming up with Jamaica, and I mean, budgeting is a big thing for my Jamaica trip coming up. And I'm not going to reveal everything on the live stream because I want people
Yeah.
to come along on my channel.
Yeah,
And by
just
the
keep
way,
it.
if you're here and you haven't yet subscribed to either mine or Beach's channels, please do. Take a minute, go check her out. If you're from her channel, check me out. Please definitely give us a subscribe, a like, give that thumbs up on the stream. Will definitely help us. You
Thank
know, both
you.
of us. 'Cause we're small YouTubers, right? I've got about 350 on the subscribers, but even Beachy's just shy of 3,000, right? Somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, I'm trying.
There. But in the YouTube world, it's tiny. Like we're
It
small. We're
is. I mean, the
micro
goal
influencers.
is to just have fun. But yeah, I want to hear about, like you said, using your brand as leverage, because I'm always getting freebies. My freebies is going to be with the food and the beauty
Mhm,
stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'm always getting free food. I'm always getting
mhm.
free food. But I want to hear what you were saying, because especially you cannot, I'm telling you, do not give it all away right now in this live, but tell us more about letting people know I run a YouTube channel, and how does it go? How does that go for you? And when people give you those deals and those goodies.
So usually what I do, I mean, I have hit this two different ways, right? Some ways I know where I'm going to go, so I will reach out to them and I will say, hey, we are coming. Like me, like even in town here, I've gone a couple of times to check out some of the local things around
Yeah,
here, like
yeah.
axe throwing. So I called them up beforehand. I said, hey, I am coming down and I would love to feature you on my channel, right? And they'll say, "Oh, that's awesome, wonderful," right? And usually, especially in local places, right, you're not going to get this with the big chains or anything like that that have PR departments and marketing teams and stuff like that. But the local places, right? Oftentimes, they're more than happy to comp you a meal or comp you a whatever the activity is if they see a value in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you give them some value, which is free advertising, right, on your channel to your people. They're often more than happy to give you, a free hamburger or a free
That's what's
meal,
up. So I'm learning
whatever.
something from you, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm no stranger to the freebies, because I'm
Mhm.
always talking about freebies and getting free things. But I have to get more of the confidence to do, like you said, with the local type of things. Because now
Yeah.
I go to a lot of local events here. Okay, so last year I won. I'm always winning giveaways, y'all. Okay, so last year I won a giveaway from a restaurant. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's called Red Robin, and they
Oh
have
yeah, yeah.
burgers and fries and stuff. Okay, so
Mhm.
I won a giveaway on their Instagram, and they wanted me to try this new burger, and they sent me the gift card to get the burger, order a drink, order whatever I wanted. So I think the gift card was about maybe $30, which really covered everything for just one person.
Mhm.
And I was just planning on just going. But then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'm already a content creator. They contacted me through IG because I won the giveaway. And I think they kind of seen my channel that does a little bit. And I have to build the confidence to let people know that in the beginning, because I want to say, when I first went there, I just went as a regular customer. I went by
Mhm.
myself, and I just told the server, I just told her, I didn't tell her I do YouTube or anything. I told her I would prefer to have a seat by myself off in the corner. I said, because I might do a little recording. That's what I
Mhm.
said to her. And she was like, okay, so it's fine. So then when the server actually came to me, and he was like, are you sure you want to be, because he didn't get the memo. So he's like, are you sure you want to be way over here? Everybody's all the way over there. And I was like, no. I said, well, I want to do a video for my Instagram. And then that's when it kind of came out. Because I don't know. I need to get the confidence, because I'm not gonna come straight out and be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, because I am a YouTuber. But I just want to say, like, I just told him, I was like, I'm okay here, but I want to do a video for my Instagram. And he was like, oh, you have an Instagram? And then that's when, I'm not gonna lie, everything had changed. He was like, no wonder you want to sit here. Let me know if you need anything, and everything had changed. And I don't want it to be, so it was kind of like, I'm not trying to ask for nothing I'm not supposed to get. I mean, I'm supposed to get good service. So I don't want to
Mhm.
come. So I need to learn more from you, because I want to find my sweet spot where I can go and let people know I do intend, because I did tell them I intend on taking recordings. I want to be by myself, so nobody's in my recording. I don't want to have anybody say, hey, are you recording me? You know, so it was a big restaurant, so they had plenty of space for me to go off to the side. But I want to use what you said, and I want to find my sweet spot on how I can go to a restaurant or go to a destination and let them know that I am a content creator, but I don't want to be a jerk about it. I'm not trying to come to be a jerk. I'm not trying to come to get special treatment. I want to find a way where I can just be myself, but let you know, heads up,
Yeah. And
I'm
you know,
getting content out of this.
yeah, and you don't have to, like, when I've gone to places, and a lot of places I don't go expecting anything, right? I mean, I call myself a content creator and a
You
YouTuber and blah
are,
blah blah.
yeah.
But I got 350 subscriber. I ain't big, right?
Okay, but
Like,
listen, pause.
but
People have said if you were to walk outside and 350 people said, hey, I loved your video, you would love that. So don't look at the because that's a lot. You walk
no, no,
outside and
no.
350 people looking at you, that's a lot.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm just saying as a mindset towards going forth this kind of stuff. But sometimes, like a while ago, I did a collaboration. Actually, Curtis was in on it too, and we all went to burger places. And because I had my camera out filming, right? I mean, it's very clear when you got your camera out on a tripod and you're talking to it while you're eating and you're showing your
Yeah,
food
then
and
they
blah blah.
know that
People know
you're
what
doing the
you're doing,
content. They know that you're a content creator, you're doing a
right?
video, right?
So, I mean, I don't hide it. I also don't like flaunt it. Like, I don't walk into any place saying like, okay, content creator here. I need your best table and your best waiter. Thank you. Not like
Yeah.
that.
And
Right?
that's how I feel. Like I don't want to go. So I'm gonna still like listen more from you on that part because that's awesome. Like, don't tell us right now, but I got excited for you when I seen the video and you said that y'all, because I've already seen that y'all had got something. I think you went like to a bed and breakfast or something like that. You had got like a deal at like a bread and breakfast about last year. But then
Yeah,
now
last
you
year we
just
sure did. Yeah.
yeah, now you just so I got excited when I seen that in the video because I'm like, that is big. That is big, no matter how many subscribers and stuff you have, because that just goes to show you don't have to go around and be, like you said, a jerk about it. Or, hey, I'm some content creator, you know, what are you going to comp me? What are you going to give me for free? So
And I
yeah, I
mean,
want to get the
sometimes,
confidence to do that. Now I record in public all the time, but literally people have to ask me. But they do see my subtle stuff because I'll have like my YouTube Creator Collective bag, or I'll have like a jacket or something. I might have a pin that said like my little pin that says YouTube. So I'm gonna have subtle hints on me that says like a pin with YouTube, or my bag that says YouTube, or my channel. But I'll just go there and I'm recording, and then they'll literally come to me and say, are you a YouTuber or do you make content? And then I'll say, yeah. And then, so I don't never say anything first. I don't know. I guess I just
but
wait for someone to ask me.
that's where you get into it right there when they ask you, like, you do you, right? And people will ask, oh, hey, are you a YouTuber? Yeah, I am. And then you let that conversation
Well, yeah.
just
And then I'm like, yeah, subscribe to my channel. And then they'll pull it up. So
right, like
yeah.
literally, like you brought up the B&B. The way I got that B&B is I was in that small town because they have a dinner theater. And as me
Okay.
and my mother were walking around for another video, he came up and he was like, oh, are you doing a video? And I'm like, yeah. And he gave me his card at that point in time. And I just went on my way. Right. And then
Okay.
as I was doing a road trip later, I was like, oh, this place is actually like just a little bit of a detour off the road trip plan I already had. I'll just mention them up and say, hey, I'm on my way from here to here. Could we stay a night? Right? Now they may say, yeah, sure, and it's going to cost you this. Cool, whatever, right? They may say, oh, yeah, sure, and you know what? If you do this and this, we'll comp you a little bit, right? Because it's part of
Mm-hmm.
your journey or whatever. Not because small businesses, they don't have big PR departments or anything like that. So any little bit of free advertising helps,
It
right? Like,
helps. It does. Yeah.
only 350 people. Like you said, that's 350 people they didn't reach before. And
Yeah.
all your content on YouTube is evergreen. It stays there forever, which means that
Always. Yeah.
someone can watch
Unless you,
that
yeah.
5 months from now and they're still going to get the benefit from that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you're a content creator and you're watching this, definitely get in on it. And I'm not saying go in there like you're the end all and be all, like you're Mr. Beast Jr. or something like that. No, but just let it come naturally. And if you get some opportunities out of that, I mean, I've gotten to stay at a B&B. I got sunglasses for me and the kids. The bonfire
Yeah, seen that.
out all the time. I've got stuff coming up for Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
So
not
that's what's up. You know, I want to get more into like you were saying, like the local things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking and I'm still loving it. But if you guys can see the amount of boxes and PR stuff that I have here,
Mhm.
as far as beauty stuff and household stuff, food stuff, Amazon stuff, you know, I get a lot of stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I want to get more like you said, stuff like that, like hotels, travel, things like that. I kind of had an experience like that one time before because everything is going to be booked in my name. I'm not trying to get like comp, but that's kind of how it was. I was doing like a recording. I was at a Hilton and I was doing a recording and, you know, the guy asked me, he was like, you know, do you do content and stuff like that? And he had just checked me in. And the thing is, he had already just seen I'm already a diamond member. So I'm not trying to say like, I don't need the comps. I do. But when you already are saving and being thrifty and you know how to work your way to get those nights, you can work your way up to being diamond platinum member and all of this with Hilton. And then they're like, okay, I can see she's serious about it. And we're going to try to hook her up with something. But definitely I'm looking to get more with that. I want to get more brand deals of hands-on things. I'm still loving the boxes, the perfume, the lotions, the beauty stuff, the makeup stuff. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I want to get more with that. Like you're saying, like the more local stuff, getting deals on, I don't know, rental cars, hotels, restaurants.
Yeah.
I like
And
to,
it just takes a little bit of hustle, right?
yeah.
And that, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it just takes a little bit of hustle, a little bit of accent, a little bit of putting you like, I am an
And a
introvert.
little bit of confidence. I need to just get that extra little, like I can write it out. I send a bunch of PR emails. Don't get me wrong. That's how I get a lot of stuff. I'm good with that now. Put me in front of this computer with these PR emails. I'm like, and I'm like sending them off. And then I check my email every day and I'm like, bling, 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 bling. And these emails are coming. But I need to focus all of that into doing some like face to face like we used to do back in the day when we're looking for a job, like, hey, are you hiring? Hi, are you
Yeah.
hiring? Like, you know,
Remember
so
when we
I
used
need
to
to,
talk to people?
yeah, so I need to feel, like I said, I'll sit in front of the computer and just with all these like PR email brand deals, I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get that. And I'll get emails where they're sorry you weren't selected. Sorry you weren't selected. So I just delete those. I get
Yeah,
plenty of
that's
those, like,
okay.
oh, sorry you're not selected. But then I'll get bing, bing, bing. And the emails are like, hey, congratulations. We'd like to send you this. We'd like to send you that. Look out for this. Here's your track number. Here's your track.
Mhm.
So I can do all of that behind the scenes. I'm always the behind the scenes girl. But I want to get more with that in person, in scene. This is me. Yeah. So I got to
Yeah,
get out of my head. It's just a head thing. I got to get out of my head.
it
I can
is,
put it on
for sure.
paper. I can put it in the emails, but I definitely am excited to see what you have for the family plan for Jamaica because that is a big one. I'm happy for y'all. That's what's up.
It is a big one. And self-plug, it only gets bigger from there. Like Jamaica is like our little trip, right?
What?
Next, after that, I'm gonna take my
What?
oh yeah, after Jamaica in probably early 2026, I'm gonna take my eldest son because he's turning 18. So I'm gonna take him to
Mhm.
Cuba, a place you can't go.
Okay.
But us
Yeah.
Canadians, we can go to
Yeah.
Cuba. So I'm gonna take him to Cuba, and then probably summer 2026, I'm gonna take the kids to Japan and to China. That's gonna be our Asia leg of the 7 continents, and the first wonder of the world being the Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
So
So and
what is
then
it? So is it it's one family, one dream, 7 continents, 7 destinations? Is that what it is?
7 wonders. So it is one family, one mission to see all
Oh, I
seven
said dream.
continents
Okay.
and
One
all
family,
7 wonders of the
one
world.
mission. That's what's up. One
So we
seven
want to
seven.
see.
Y'all gotta get some merch. Y'all gotta go get your
It
merch.
is all in the works. Let me tell you,
What? Okay.
merch
All
is
right.
in the works.
I'm up.
Like I've got a website that is out there, but it's in the works. There is stuff in the works, right?
Okay.
And I'm looking at hopefully getting some sponsorships and such like that. Like I am working it because to take as a single dad, not gonna lie, it is virtually impossible to say I'm going to take 3 children to Japan, to China, to see Machu Picchu, to Australia. Like these are big and
Big
frankly expensive things,
destination.
right?
Yeah.
They're not cheap. So I have to leverage every little piece that I can. I've got to save for sure. I've got to use points
Save
and all that kind of stuff for sure. I've got to
points,
leverage every little
codes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
To make that happen. But let me ask you one more question in this section, then we'll go on to the other section
Okay.
because we're past 7 o'clock, man. But I'm having a good time with you. So if you're
Okay.
good to keep going, I'm good to keep doing too because
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
loving
it's 9 o'clock here because I know we're on a time difference.
it. Right. Yeah. You're
But
two
I'm
hours
good.
ahead.
It's Friday night. Yeah.
It's Friday night. That's right. So what do you see as the balance between cheap versus value? Because I think some people get a little bit mixed up and think that value equals cheap, and it doesn't all the time. You can
It
get value
doesn't.
without being cheap, right?
It doesn't. And so that reminds me, like you just said, when you're traveling, and I gave that example of just a family, you'll see mom, dad, and 3 kids, a family of 5. And you guys, and you might see them in the lobby of the hotel that you're at. Okay. Don't worry about it. You guys are in the same lobby. You guys are in the same hotel checking in. They might have just boom, put it on their credit card and kept moving. But I found a way to book my room right next to them or right down the hall from them. And I did it on half the cost. We have the exact same room. You see, so I feel like you're right. Sometimes the connotation with saving money and value, people may think that, or thrifting, people may think that the value is diminished, and they may think that it's not the same. But like I said, if you just did, you know how people do like street interviews. If you were to go to this family of 5 and did a street interview, and you're like, hey sir, and they're Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and you say, hey sir, can you tell me where you and your family are staying and about how much you paid per night? And he'll say, yeah, we're staying at the Hilton Enclave, and we paid $299 a night. And you could be like, okay, because in the back of your head, you used your points or whatever ways that I've already said on how you can book these cheaper rooms, and you got yours for 105 a night. So just because you got it for 105 a night and he got his for 299 a night, that doesn't mean his room is better than yours or not. You guys could be on the same floor. You might be on a higher floor. So you're right. Sometimes the connotation with saving money and thrifting makes it like the value is diminished. But if you did, again, like a street interview, you can literally book that same family's vacation, all the excursions that they did, all the dinner, restaurants, breakfast, whatever. You can get the same thing if you just did your research and use your points. You can get the same thing at a fraction of the cost, and it's the same exact value that they just got.
And I think that's exactly the thing. Just because you spent the money does not necessarily mean you got value out of that money.
Exactly.
Right.
So I will feel good. And that's how I feel like when I travel. I know I keep adjusting my headphones, but when I travel and I'm like in the lobby of a hotel and it's just like a nice lobby and you're looking all around and you see some of these other families, in the back of my head, I don't know what they spent, but this is just my humor out of it. I don't know what people spent, but in the back of my head, I'm going to think nobody's like me because that's just how I am. It's like, they not like us. You're not like me. So I see other families. In the back of my head, I'm just like, look at all these families. They spent all this money at this hotel. And I'm in the same exact hotel as them, but just in the back of my head, I'm having a good time. And I'm just laughing because I know that I'm sitting up here like, who is that that meme that they had a few years ago? I don't know if you remember that meme that they had a few years ago, that person like Joanne the scammer. And that's how I feel. It's just like I feel like I'm just sitting in the corner of the room and it's like nobody knows that I just literally spent a fraction of the cost that they did for the same exact thing. But I love it. I get enjoyment out of it. Nobody would ever know. It's like how would they know? Nobody would ever know. That's my business to know that, I got the same room that you guys got at a cheaper price, but it gives me satisfaction to know I didn't pay full price. That's my motto. I'm not going to pay full price for it.
Absolutely. I'm with you. All right. It is time for what I'm affectionately calling at the moment the customs check. It's rapid
Okay.
fire question time. Okay, these are don't think, just answer type of questions. But just
All
like the
right.
custom agent, do not lie. Okay, because we know, and I
Okay.
will not stamp your passport for this episode if you do.
Yeah, and then people who are watching now or coming to watch the replay, if they know me personally or they know me from on here, y'all will know if I'm lying, if I'm telling the truth, because I don't change. I'm the same. I'm the same. It's just all me. But go ahead.
That's right. Okay, first question: backpack or rolling suitcase?
Both. I have a backpack that I always take. It's called my travel bag. It's literally always with travel things in it. It doesn't have any clothes or anything like that. There has been a time when I was literally in a rush traveling, and all I took was my travel bag, and I had to buy all my clothes and everything where I was at. But at least I
Mm,
had my travel bag. So I'm
there
gonna
you
say both. If I can plan a trip, I'm gonna have my rolling bag, but I'm never going nowhere without my travel book bag. It has everything. When I say everything, it has everything in there. I'm literally bag lady. You're out there, and they're like, "Dang, I'm in the airport." And I have to go all the way back down there for a fork. I have like a foldable travel fork,
go.
travel spoon. What do you need? I mean, I got little teeny coffee packs, and I replenish it.
Yeah,
Both.
there you go. All right. Dream destination that you haven't been to yet.
You said dream destination.
Dream destination, yeah, that you haven't, somewhere you haven't been to that you really, really want to be.
Oh, somewhere that I have not gone that I really, really want to go. I know Shanna said it in the chat. I've always said I want to go to Dubai. Everybody's taking these trips to Dubai. They're getting their photos. Everybody's taking those viral photos in Dubai.
Yeah,
So just rapid fire question, a place I've never gone, but I want to go. I'm going to Dubai.
Dubai, very, very cool. Okay, one travel item that you always pack, the one thing you cannot leave home without.
I kind of just said it. My travel bag. My travel bag always has everything I need. I'm just gonna grab if I can literally. I think that might have came from being a mom, having your hospital bag always ready. But my travel bag is literally. I can literally grab my travel bag right now and leave, and it got everything I need. It's of course my purse for my money, but I'm good. My travel bag is already packed.
Cool. And this isn't on there, but what's in your travel bag? Because now I'm curious. What's in your
Yeah.
always ready
So
bag?
I'm going to tell you. So I have this cute little kit that comes like it's this one little thing that's in here like this that I love because it has utensils. You never know when you're going to need utensils. So it has like a foldable plastic fork, spoon, knife, and straw. Side note, I do want to say, okay, I was traveling with somebody who had this same kit. They did not have TSA pre-check. I have TSA pre-check, but they got caught with that plastic knife and they had to throw theirs away. I still got to
Oh,
keep mine because I got TSA pre-check, so they didn't go through all my stuff like that. But technically it is TSA approved. But anyway, so in my travel bag, I do have a little kit that has utensils. You're always going to need that. Okay. So then I also have another little travel bag that has your toiletries. Is going to have my shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, a little spray deodorant, little everything that you might need on a travel. Now, when I'm going for a long time, I'm going to bring bigger size stuff, but that travel stuff, I hardly ever use it because it's for when I really need it. Like if I forgot this, then I have this. It has a teeny little travel toothbrush. I don't really want that. I want my real toothbrush. Okay.
mhm.
So if I don't get to pack all my stuff, that's what's in my travel bag. And then I did mention it. I love Ziplocs. Okay. I'm a Ziploc girl. I have a little Ziploc that has a couple creamers, a couple little packs of like little packs or sachets is what they call it. Has a couple sachets of instant coffee. I love my coffee in the morning. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to drink my coffee. So I have in a little Ziploc, I have a few of the little creamers and I have a few sachets of instant coffee. And periodically I will go in there and take them out and like put fresh ones and stuff in there. So that's what's in my travel bag. I have medicine, just a few pieces of medicine for travel. So when you buy like the big pack of medicine and you know you can like rip like maybe 5 of them out. So I mentioned Benadryl. So in my travel bag, I always have Benadryl. That's for me to sleep or that's in case any kind of allergies or something. I always have lotion in there. I always have body spray. I'm always putting on spray, lip gloss. What else is in my little travel bag? Because I know this is rapid fire. I'm trying to think. 'Cause there's a good little bit in my I always have a pen. I'm always writing something down, and I have like a little notebook. You know, when you go to hotels, they always have like a little notebook for you to write stuff on. I'm
Yeah.
taking it because I put it in my travel bag. So I know in my travel bag there is at least one pen and like a couple pieces of paper, like a notebook. I always have like little napkins in there, Lysol, the little teeny can of Lysol, and Lysol wipes. Yeah, many utensils are smart, definitely, because then
Mhm.
straws. Let's see. I'm trying to think really fast what's in my travel bag because I'm telling you, like everybody be like, oh, they were like, hey, do you have this? My name is Denise. So they're like, Denise, do you have this in your bag? Do you have this? And I got it. I got it. They're always asking me, and I always have it. So that's just a rapid travel questions on what's in my bag. It is more I can say, but I always get the travel stuff so that it's not too much. And it's a regular size book bag, y'all. It's not really
Mhm.
heavy. And I take it, like I said, when you have TSA pre-check, you going straight on through. You're good.
For sure. Awesome. Okay. A place that you have visited that you feel is underrated. So a place that you think is great, but most people think is eh.
So I have visited. I'm gonna say it's underrated. I'm not gonna say people said to it, but I think it doesn't get as much. People don't know about it. You might not know about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. I visited last year the Ark Museum and
Oh,
Creation
okay.
Museum,
Okay.
and unless you know about it, you're not gonna know about it. But when I tell you, it was just amazing. Like if you say you're talking about wonders in the world, I feel like that's a wonder for me because being that I've always told people, especially on my channel, you'll see that I do have a lot of things about my religion and my church, being a Christian. I went to see the Ark Museum, and they'll tell you that the Ark Museum, and you see the entire Ark, it was built to the specifications that they put in the Bible. So just the fact of knowing that this, what we can see when you go see the Ark Museum, this is what people saw, and they told Noah he was out of his mind, and I can see why. Because that thing
Yeah.
is big.
Wow.
It is huge, and they built it to the specifications that they said. So it puts you in the shoes of like, this is what people see, and they said, this guy is crazy. It
Yep.
is huge. There's a bunch of different floors. And so now the Ark Museum is just a big museum in itself. There's a restaurant and all of this. But then a few miles down the road is the Creation Museum. And you can buy your ticket. You can just see one if you want, but you can also buy the bundle so you can get both tickets, and I did the bundle. So the other one is a few miles down, and it's the Creation Museum, and that one just shows you basically the difference. And that one I liked too because that one opens your eyes more to people who are not familiar with the Christianity religion. Because when you go to the Creation Museum, you can go this way and you can see what scientists are saying, and you walk through the whole museum looking at the Big Bang Theory and then all of this. But then when you go this way, it shows you like what we would read in the Bible. And so then at the end, you see like the way that they merge them together. They're not forcing anything on you. I like, again, I am a little biased because this is what I like, but I like the fact that when you go to that museum, they made it it wasn't like they were pushing the religion on you. It was really educational. So when you came there, you could take this path and you can learn this to see what people are saying in the scientists and evolution, and you can see how they have like the little like, is it apes or something like that on the wall, and it's going into like what man would look like. But then at the end, when they kind of merge, you can see, and it's like, which one do you kind of, I guess, believe in and stuff. So I'm just gonna say those I think are underrated. Those, it was amazing to
Cool,
experience.
cool,
It was
cool.
amazing.
And I remember seeing that as shorts on your channel. So again, people, go and check out her channel afterwards if you
Yeah,
wouldn't
well, see,
mind.
and I wasn't doing content when I visited that place. I just picked up my camera a little bit and just did. I was
Yeah.
not even thinking about being a content creator. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just soaking up the moment. I did record a little bit of it, but I definitely want to visit it again and get content out of it. And like I said, to me, it's underrated. I didn't even know about it until someone told me about it, and we looked it up, and it was so much fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole zoo there. It's everything.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Let's see. Worst airport experience.
Worst airport experience was Las Vegas airport. I've missed my flight coming from Las Vegas 2 times. I mean, not
Mhm.
lost, missed. I've missed my flight. For some reason, that airport always changes like your gate.
Yeah.
And we're in the times now where everybody got their headphones on. So I got my headphones on. I'm traveling solo. I think I was on a layover or maybe I was on my way home. I don't know. But there's been 2 times that I have missed my flight at Las Vegas airport because they've last minute changed my gate. And it might have just been right across, but I'm not paying attention to that gate over there when I'm sitting here and I got my headphones on and I'm seeing everybody lining up over there and I'm just not, and I'm literally watching my flight just
Fly away.
but I didn't know it. And so I'm like, hold on, it's taking so long. So then I went to the counter. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, oh, they moved that gate over there and it left 20 minutes ago.
Oh no.
That was the worst. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Oh man. All right. Are you the plan every detail type of person, or are you a wing it type of person?
I'm gonna it's more of a both, but it's more leaning towards planning. I'm going to plan as much as I can because if we look up a destination, I'm gonna look at all the excursion type of stuff that's out there. TikTok is really good at that. TikTok will show you, like, for example, if we're going to Phoenix, Arizona, I'll go on TikTok and say, traveling to Phoenix with kids, traveling to Phoenix on a budget, traveling to Phoenix with seniors, well, whatever, whoever my party is. I'm going to type that in TikTok or wherever. So I'm going to look at all these like excursion stuff now. I want to look at it now because I'm probably going to catch a deal on it where I am here, not in Phoenix. So then when I
Mhm.
get there, like you said, are you more, would you say, are you more travel, would you say, are you more planning?
Oh, more planning or winging it?
Yeah, so when I get there, the winging it part, I'll be able to wing it because I've already planned and got all our excursions in for the whole week. And now we're bored for the next 5 hours and we see that they have something here and we save the money, we can go. We're going to just wing it and we're going to go.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
Oh, okay. All bomb lady. She said she's going to visit the Ark Museum. I think that's what she's talking about, the Ark Museum or the Creation Museum. Again, they're kind of tied together, but she is going to have an amazing time. I got to go back. It was so much fun.
All right.
And I
Miss
saved money
Allbum
on that one
Lady,
too.
I'm expecting it on your channel because I probably won't get there anytime soon. So you're gonna have to get it on your channel so I can see. So that's all I'm
It's in
saying about
Kentucky. It's in Kentucky.
in Kentucky. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Do you prefer solo travel or traveling with people?
I would love to travel with people. The problem with people is they make plans and solo don't break the plan. Solo is going to stick to the plan. I prefer to travel with people. If I can get to go with people that I know, now, mind you, there are some people that might be your road dog, your right hand man, whatever, but they might not be the person to travel with. They might be too picky. They might are never satisfied. They might always have to uh, be a certain way. Because one thing you got to learn when it comes to traveling, no matter if you're being thrifty or budgeting or just traveling in general, you have to be able to adapt. I don't like when people travel and they expect to get everything they're used to at home because guess what? You got to go home. If you expect to get everything you will get at home, go home. This is not your home. That's the point of traveling. So
Yeah.
one thing you have to remember is you have to be able to adapt. So again, answer your question, traveling or with people. If people are down with the plan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bossy and I'm always taking I'm always taking control of the plans. But I like to adapt too. I like to hear other people's opinions. But if you're not going to stick to the plan or if you don't have no money, then I'm going to go solo.
Fair enough. Fair
And you
enough.
don't
All
have to
right.
have a lot of money. I'm going to save your money. But if you ain't got no, and that's the thing. Like, if y'all know when you traveling on beach, beach is going to hook you up, and beach going to make sure you save money. But if you ain't got no money, then I don't know what to tell you.
Can't can't save it if you don't got none in the first place. I'm
That's what
with
I'm
you. I'm with
saying.
you.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you. Okay, last one. What is the
Okay.
favorite souvenir that you have ever bought home from any place? What's the favorite thing that you ever bought?
I'm gonna say, and I don't even have it anymore. It's not. This is a rapid fire question, and I probably have way more better souvenirs than this, but just rapid fire. I'm thinking on this time that I got this fanny pack. And I know I probably have better souvenirs than this, but this is the one I loved it for some reason. So I was traveling and I think I was in, I don't even know where I was at. I don't know where I was at. I was traveling, but I know I just, with the outfit that I was feeling good that day, you know, I had my little drinks, and this fanny pack I seen went with my outfit. I had to have it. I had to have it. I don't know. It's just, so I bought the fanny pack, and it went with everything the whole trip. I don't care if it did or if it didn't, but I wore it with everything. And that was just different for me because I'm always wearing purses. I'm always having my purse. So I felt more free that time I was on vacation. Because when you're on vacation, you already feel free, right?
Yeah.
So then I bought that fanny pack, and it was just a little fanny pack that you put on your waist. And when I tell you, literally, it was like a pink metallic type of color. I wore the mess out of that fanny pack that the metallic pink started fading and plucking off of the fanny. I wore the mess out of it because it held everything. It held my phone. It held the keys, the room key. I mean, it was a nice fanny pack, and I felt so free. I didn't have no purse. I didn't have no book bag. I'm walking here. I'm walking there. I'm able to hold my drink. I was drinking my fanny pack. And I brought that thing home. I was still wearing it. And like I said, I wore the mess out of it that it literally started peeling, and then I had to throw it out.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the last section. It's the section that I'm going to call the baggage claim. This is where we wrap it all up, bringing it back together, and bring it in for the final night, I guess. So first of all, let me ask you this question straight up. If people skipped everything else that we watched and only got the one message from you today, what would that be? Like, what one thing would you hope to impart to people?
Kind of piggybacking on what I just said, when you travel, one thing I want to say is when you travel, you need to be able to adjust. If you plan on traveling and doing everything you would and being as comfortable as you would at home, stay at home. Because when you're traveling, it may be where things are different. Things are different. And one thing we always say, and I kind of made this term up with my family, when we're traveling, I always tell them, and I get my daughter to do it, and I say, y'all just roll with it. And that's just what we say, because sometimes we're just driving. I tell them, y'all, let's just roll with it. And they'll say, oh, but just roll with it. Just roll with it. So that's one piece that I want to say. When you come to traveling, be able to adjust and just roll with it. Because I'm telling you, things are going to happen. Somebody going to lose something. Somebody going to break something. Reservations might get lost. You might be late to the reservation. Just roll with it. You know how frustrating it is to go somewhere and you think you got everything planned. I don't think there's ever a time when you have everything planned and everything goes smooth. Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen. I don't know what it's gonna be. You might anything. So you have to just roll with it. Don't get frustrated with people in your party because one person, y'all got all the way to the place and it's like, oh no, I left this. If somebody has an extra one, please just help them out. Please do this, because you just have to roll with it. Don't get mad with somebody in your party if they like the room cold and you like the room hot. Adjust. Everybody has to be able to adjust. So my thing is just roll with it.
I hear that and completely agree. Especially if you're traveling with like kids or family, just nothing. It is not going to be a perfect trip the way you had in your head. Not going to
it's
happen.
Not. Somebody's gonna spill something on their shirt. Everybody has matching shirts. You know, y'all playing this whole lot for everybody to get t-shirts. Oh, we got matching t-shirts, family vacation 2025, and it got your last name on the back and all of that. And then one of your kids gonna spill ketchup on their shirt. And they're like, oh, and it's just roll with it. Hey, look, maybe mommy can try to take your shirt and go to the bathroom and get as much of it if I can. If I can't, just roll with it.
Roll with it. I am 100% with you on that. That is such a parent way of looking at it too. Just roll with it.
Just roll with it. You're gonna have your child. One of them, they're gonna trip and fall with their shoestring. They're gonna mess their shirt up. They're gonna leave their one little thing here. They're gonna leave this. They forgot to take a picture over here. Just roll with it. That's how it is. Just roll with it.
I hear you. Awesome. Well, we're gonna wrap this thing up, but first, let me give you a second to just plug your channel, plug what you've got coming up. Let us know if you're going anywhere, in the next little bit. Tell us all about what you got going on. This is your time. Tell us all about what's
Okay.
happening in the Beach Phoenix world.
Thank you. All right. So, of course, my channel, like he's wrote here, is the Beach Phoenix. You guys can find most of my blogs and travel information, movie reviews, all of that good stuff on YouTube. I am most active on my YouTube. That's what I'm pushing. Also, I do have my Instagram, that is beach.phoenix. And I just want to say I use Instagram more for like a visual portfolio. Instagram is just going to be highlights. It's going to be a visual portfolio, just a quick glimpse and clip of what you might find of what I'm doing or where I'm going or something like that. But for sure, YouTube is where I am. Instagram, beach.phoenix. And then as well, TikTok. Ever since the ban and what they're doing, I've been here, I've been there on TikTok, but you will still see some of the same stuff from my Instagram on my TikTok. But mostly, like I said, my Instagram is going to be like a portfolio. It's just going to be pictures and quick video reels highlighting some things that I have going on. So some things that I have going on coming up. If you guys are not new to my channel, then you have known that I've been going to quite a few YouTube Creator Collective events in the area, or I travel to some of them. So I have been already accepted for 3 YouTube Creator events in the month of May, but I will not be able to attend all of them because one of them will actually be during my cruise. So I can't wait to go on my cruise in May. So you will get some information and travel and blog and stuff on that. So yeah, just some things that I don't mind sharing that I have coming up. I have a cruise coming up. I have a few YouTube Creator Collectives. Some of them I have to pass on because I'll be traveling. Let's see. I'm going to keep going with these PR and brand deals. Like I said, I got these packages here. Most of them are already unboxed, but some of the stuff I still have to unbox. And I'm going to keep going with my reviews. Beach Phoenix Reviews. That's the hashtag I've been using as well. Hashtag Beach Phoenix Reviews. Because that goes for all of my reviews. No matter if it is a product review, if it's a movie review, if it's a food review, or anything like that. And then off to the movie side. I am a movie lover. Y'all, I love my movies. I will eventually dabble. I like series too, but I don't really review them. But I think I want to get more consistent on my channel. When some of my series are starting to come back, I want to do like an episode after, do a video like after every episode. But anyway, in general, you guys are going to see me catching up with all these movies because I love to go to the movies. I'm always representing, not sponsored, but I'm always representing for AMC. I'm a member with AMC. I have the AMC Stubs A-list membership. So that's the membership where you can be able to see, I think they're changing it now up to 4 movies a week, but I'm able to see up to 3 movies a week at any time, whenever you want to go. You still get discounts on the popcorn, all this kind of stuff. So you guys are going to still get movie stuff, but definitely plug in with me on YouTube. But you know, YouTube, you cannot have a DM feature on there. So if you need to write me, you're going to want to catch me on Instagram, beach.phoenix.
Awesome. And I will give a little bit about what I've got going on before we wrap this up as well. The couple of things. Number one, we have started a Discord channel. This Discord channel or server is for travel-minded people. So if you are interested in any way in travel, get onto that Discord. It's brand new, so we're building it up, but tips, tricks, questions, answers. We will start with, we'll actually start prioritizing the chat in there for questions for here when we do the Globetrotters guide. If you want insight into what me and my family are doing in our 1177 mission, trying to get ourselves to see every single continent. And yes, that includes Antarctica. That is in the plan to step.
I should have asked that. Wow.
That is absolutely the plan.
That
all
is something.
7 continents, right? And to see all 7 wonders of the world. So we want to see Petra, the Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, Christ the Redeemer, and why can I not remember the Great Wall of China? That's the 7th one. So we want to see.
Flip this whole time. But go ahead.
So we're planning to see all of those. So if you want to get in on that and know a little bit more about that, definitely get onto our Discord as well. I put the link up in there. When I hit 400 subscribers, I got a couple of cool magnets from my last trip to Jamaica. I'm going to give those away when I hit 400. When I hit 500, it's going to get better from there, but not telling anything about that. We're going to have to get me there first. So if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, please do give the video a like. Those things tell YouTube that, hey, this was interesting to somebody. Maybe I should show it to somebody else. So we really appreciate that. Both Phoenix and I, Beach Phoenix and I really appreciate that. On this show, we're going to do this once a month, first Friday of every month, and I have got some really cool ones coming. I'm going to start making some graphics for this so I can put them up.
Oh, I thought I seen I thought I seen like the thumbnails that you have for some coming up.
Yeah, I do, but I haven't figured out how to show them on this yet because I'm new to this. I'm new to this whole stream.
I got you.
So, but we've got Tolu Travels coming up next month. She's in East Asia as we speak. She's traveling through there, full-time female solo traveler. So we're going to talk with her about faith and travel. And the big one that I am super, super, super excited about is a couple named called Aaron and Erica on YouTube. We're going to be talking to them just after they finish their trek up to the Everest Base Camp.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. That's interesting. I'll be definitely tuned to see that one.
So they're another travel couple. And I just can't wait because I mean, going up to Everest Base Camp, I mean, just getting to the base camp is an ordeal.
Just getting exactly. I've heard so much about it, like on TikTok and Facebook. Just the trek there, that's crazy. So yeah,
exactly. So we're going to be talking to them too, hoping to get Alicia back on here because we started one and then we went long and we really need to finish that. And I've got some others in the works. So this series is going to be very, very, very cool.
Yes, thank you for having me.
About it. So definitely like, subscribe so that you know when the next ones are coming up, first Friday of every month. So yeah, that's what we've got going on. But I want to thank everybody for showing up, those who have been in the chat, those who have supported both myself and Beach Phoenix. We really appreciate the whole community out there. We love you guys very much. And until next time, keep exploring.